The Lost Empire of the Comanche. How horse lords ruled the American West. The moon hung like a silver knife over the Llano Estacado as a 10-year-old boy named Quanah watched his mother pound pemmican in the firelight. The year was 1856, and the Comanche Empire stretched from the Arkansas River to the Rio Grande, a territory larger than Imperial Rome at its height. The boy couldn't know that within a decade, this world would vanish forever. The last buffalo herds slaughtered, the horse herds confiscated them. His people marched into captivity. But on this night, the air still smelled of sage and horse sweat, and the Comanche stars still told stories of war and triumph. This is not the Hollywood version of the savage Comanche. This is the true story of the most powerful indigenous empire in North America, a sophisticated, equestrian civilization that mastered guerrilla warfare 150 years before modern special forces built a vast trade network stretching from Santa Fe to St. Louis held the Spanish, Mexicans, and Americans at bay for generations created a multilingual, multiracial society that redefined the Great Plains and why the U.S. Army needed 40 years and 3 generations of soldiers to finally defeat them. The birth of the Horse Lords, 1680-1750. When Pueblo rebels drove the Spanish from Santa Fe in 1680, they left behind something more valuable than gold: horses. The Comanche were the first Plains tribe to master them completely. By 1720, they'd perfected full training techniques allowing children to ride before they could walk, their unique saddle design, with stirrups tied under the horses. Belly let warriors spin 360 degrees at full gallop. They bred war ponies that could charge through cactus thickets without flinching. The results were catastrophic. For their enemies, Spanish Texas, Comanche raids reduced missions to smoldering ruins, Apache tribes. Former lords of the plains were annihilated or enslaved French traders, forced to pay tribute in guns and iron tools. By 1750, the Comancheria was born, a mobile empire where wealth was measured in horses. Some chiefs owned 300,000 plus. Children learned Spanish, French, and sign language alongside Comanche. Political power flowed from hunting skills, not heredity. One another Comanche's secret for making horses bulletproof. Subscribe now. This shocking training technique drops at 100K likes. The Golden Age, 1780-1830. At its peak, the Comancheria operated like a medieval kingdom. The annual raiding season. Each summer, warriors rode hundreds of miles to steal livestock from Mexico, the slave trade. Thousands of Mexican captives were integrated into bands or ransomed for goods. The buffalo economy. One hunt could yield 10,000 pounds of dried meat and robes. Their greatest weapon wasn't the lance. It was economic warfare. They collapsed the Spanish silver mines by stealing pack trains. They strangled Santa Fe's economy by controlling all trade routes. They played European powers against each other, selling access to their territory. When Mexico gained independence in 1821, its first act was to pay Comanche chiefs an annual tribute. Essentially protection money. Texas changed everything. The new republic's policies were simple. Exterminate all Comanche, destroy the buffalo herds, take children as apprentices, that is, slaves. The Comanche response was brutal. The Great Raid of 1840, 500 warriors sacked Linville, Texas, burning the port to the ground. The Adobe Walls fight, 1864. 300 Comanche held off 1,500 U.S. troops using Spencer repeating rifles. The Red River War. 1874. The last free bands fought a running battle across 5 states. But the end came not from military defeat, but ecological collapse. Buffalo hunters killed 4 million animals in 18 months. Army characters poisoned waterholes with strychnine. The horse herds were systematically slaughtered. By 1875, the last free Comanche, Quanah Parker, the boy from the first scene, surrendered at Fort Sill. Yet the Comanche spirit survived. Code talkers. 17 Comanche transmitted D-Day messages the Nazis couldn't break rodeo champions. Their writing skills dominated Wild West show's language revival. Today, Comanche is taught in Oklahoma schools. The empire is gone, but its legacy gallops on. The Comanche proved that horsemanship could humble nations. If you believe these warriors deserve to be remembered, subscribe and turn on notifications.